Hello and welcome to this open house. I'm your alumni speaker. My name is Hana. I would like to start off by doing a land acknowledgement. I am currently on the unceded, unsurrendered territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation, whose presence here reaches back to the time immemorial. I respect and affirm the inherent and treaty rights of all Indigenous peoples across Turtle Island. I will continue to honor the commitments to self-determination and sovereignty we've made to Indigenous nations and people. As I have mentioned, my name is Hana Jahan Sarita, and I am a CFIS alumni of the class of 2023. I was also a full IB student, and I'm currently studying international development and globalization here at the University of Ottawa, and I'm also a page at the House of Commons. I will be discussing how CFIS was a transformative experience that has more than adequately prepared me for university, how Round Square and French immersion have been quintessential for my major, and the opportunity of the PAGE program, kind of a bit about what it is and how I got there. So I would like to start off by saying that now, after a whole month of university, I've come to understand that I would not be where I am today without CFIS, without the support and without the comprehensive education that the school has offered. I am now surrounded by peers who are attempting to maneuver themselves in an unprecedented universe of essay writing, time management, communication, and adaptation. I live among them, although I have had the capacity and the tools necessary for me to excel and integrate myself seamlessly into university life. A background of small class sizes has allowed me to see the importance in office hours, class participation without anxiety, and researching university opportunities for aid. Even the wonderful student life at CFIS, which might seem small, but allows you to integrate yourself into so much more. Sports, musical, debate, speech, model, UN has prepared me to take leaps of faith and include myself in student life at university, taking up chances that most people would pass up. The try it and see how it goes mentality has most certainly perpetuated itself from CFIS all the way here. IB has been entirely helpful, not only for receiving advanced credits and being able to take smaller course load during my first 2 semesters to allow for a better transition, but also because it has given me the confidence necessary to tackle challenges, be concise in my writing, and holistically know the expectations of teachers when it comes to assignments, and go above and beyond in everything that I do. For example, in my Introduction to Canadian Politics class, I'm required to write a 15,000-word essay on passive time management and the erosion of scrutiny of government bills in the Yukon Legislative Assembly. It's a mouthful. But if it weren't for the 4,000-word EE that I was required to write as a part of full IB, this would have seemed like an impossible task. And I would have been completely lost when it came down to the accumulation of organization of research. But now I view this challenge as surmountable, and I find myself confident that I have everything that I need to succeed. In all, I am very, very thankful and grateful for CFIS and all its teaching practices. In this slide, you can see our 5 full IB students. You can see me incorporating myself into sports, so that's volleyball, and in the school musical as well. So I was really trying to take everything that I learned at CFIS, all the extracurriculars, everything that I did, and just bring it here. And I think that's so wonderful, and it's very, very unique to CFIS. Another wonderful opportunity supplied to me through the school was the opportunity of Round Square. On the left, you can see the 2022 International Conference in the United Kingdom that I attended. And on the right, you can see the 2023 International Conference where I am right now in Ottawa. Both of these conferences were honestly life-changing and solidified my choice of major. I was able to have experience that most people do not have until they're in their 20s. It builds such maturity through youthful endeavors. But all things aside, it speaks volume, regardless if you go into social sciences like I did, or anything else. But at what point Round Square offers the chance to be globally oriented, develop communication skills, deconstruct implicit bias, and construct empathy, meet innumerable intelligent, kind, and open individuals from countries all around the world, really lets you put into context what is going on a global scale. For example, I met a girl in the 2022 conference from Pakistan, had a meaningful conversation regarding the floods and destruction, and I was able to not only build my knowledge regarding the subject, but also associate a global event to real-life people who were affected by it. I learned through these conferences to be open-minded. I learned how to step out of my comfort zone, take risks, seek discomfort, love over fear, and I have seen some of my peers and some of my closest friends go from introverts to extroverts, from reserved and shy to entirely talkative and outgoing. It's really, really interesting to see, and it's very, very unique to Round Square. Going to university now with these experiences in mind, I have a globally minded perspective, an aptitude to make friends, and the chance to view problematic from divergent perspectives, and it has been entirely cathartic. This is where CFIS takes how we learn and what we learn to such a whole new level that frankly isn't offered by many other schools. One of the main factors that drove me to selecting the University of Ottawa, however, like so many others, was the prominence of the French immersion program, which is simply taking a minimum of 2 classes a semester in French. Students enrolled in French immersion are offered up to a $7,000 bursary simply for their continued studies in French. Now enrolled in classes with native French speakers, most of which originate from Quebec, I find my level of French at around the same level as my counterparts. I'm able to write all my assignments in French, ask questions in French, understand my professors in French, and I continue to have access to resources and classes if I do so need. I honestly find it a tad abnormal to have classes in English since I'd grown up in a French schooling environment my whole life. But to be frank, I would feel 100% comfortable taking my entire degree in French. And this is due to the exhaustive French program offered at CFIS, especially the writing in French. It has more than prepared me for high-level French environments. In this picture, you can see on the left, the 4 of us who ended up going to the University of Ottawa from the class of 2023, and then a couple flicks from senior swap day and one from when we were very, very small. Last but not least, I wanted to discuss a bit about the PAGE program. The PAGE program has been probably the best experience of my university life so far. I've made my most meaningful and powerful friendships through this program. While I'm not going into politics, this is a wonderful resume booster that basically assures me a job in the future in partisan or nonpartisan politics. The PAGE program was first introduced me by Monsieur Aubert, an opportunity I would have overlooked had he not told me. Hence, I thought it would be an amazing opportunity to introduce this as a future possibility. I had the full support and backing of teachers when I was going through interview processes and exams related to PAGE program. They are what contribute to my success. These teachers are the most supportive people ever, and I'm so thankful for them. And this again just goes to show the supportive nature of the school that really does set you up for a bright future.